Hi, my name is Phoenix and this is Christ Over Culture. Yesterday, someone gave me a book and y'all, it was so timely. I needed that book for that place, for that reason, for that season. I just needed the book. I needed to hear the words what was in this book. And I know some of us, I grew up without my dad. My dad died when I was 12, I think. I think he died when I was 12. Yeah, 12. But I didn't really know him or anything. We didn't really have a relationship. And I didn't really grow up close to my siblings. Like, I knew my siblings, I know them, but we're not really close. And growing up, not to say that it was hard, but it was different. You know, like you see everybody with their dad and you're like, okay. Yeah, I'm not coming to the father-daughter dance. And yeah, you get used to it, you accept it and all that. But then when you come to Christ, for me, it was hard because I was just like, no, I'm not trusting you as my father. I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to have a father, you know? Even I had like father figures in my life who stepped up. It still wasn't like the real thing, you know? Like what you really wanted. Like just someone to like take care of you and be there for you, you know? But thank God for my mommy because I had my mommy and she's the most wonderful person on the whole earth. You know, I would never tell her that, but she is the most wonderful person on the whole earth. So yeah, just growing up without a dad, it was different. And I don't know about you or how you grew up or what your life was growing up. Some people grew up with their dad in their house and he still wasn't present or still didn't care about them. So I don't know how it was for you. No matter what you went through, I just want to let you know that God is a good father. And I know you just say that like, oh, he's a good father, because sometimes I just tell myself that and I don't believe it, but he truly is. And I had to get to that point where I just knew that God was a good father. And it's like, oh God, but you ain't there, you ain't present, you ain't standing right there. I want someone who's standing right in front of me. But he is there. And he's doing more because he's living inside of us, guiding us, leading us, protecting us. And I always used to think that God would leave me and forsake me. Like I always used to think like that. Think like that. I always used to think that he would leave me or forsake me or just abandon me or not guide me or something. Like he just be like, oh Phoenix, you figure that on your own. But he is a good father. Even good fathers don't do that. They don't do that. They don't leave you or abandon you, forsake you. He is the perfect father, everlasting father, really. So he's always going to be there. He's eternal. He is trustworthy. Listen, you can tell God all your secrets, all your fears, all your anxieties, everything you have, you could tell him. Tell him all the nasty, dirty, crazy thoughts, and he can sit there and he can listen and he can change your heart. So I just want to encourage you. I read in this book and it said, every child needs to be celebrated, accepted, nurtured, and loved. But in David's case, it was God himself who met those needs in his life due to his parents' shortcomings. Both natures, those of a mother and a father, are within God. And that is just so amazing. Some people lose their mothers, some people lose their fathers, some people, father and mother, both forsake them, but God take us in. He takes us in. Like even David said in the Psalms, though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord took me in. Like God takes us in. When your father, your mother, anybody forsakes you, God takes you in. I just love it how it says his parents' shortcomings. Like due to his parents' shortcomings, God himself stepped in and meet those needs. So no matter who abandon you, who forsake you, God himself steps in and takes us in. If your parents just died, even if you was close to them and they died and you feel alone in this world, or your parents sick, or your parents is drug addicts, or your parents is alcoholics, no matter what they are, what they do, if their job is keep them busy and you feel like you can't spend enough time with them, trust me, God is that good father, and you could spend all the time in the world with him. And it's just amazing to know that we have access to a God who wants to spend time with us. So I just want to encourage you, take God at his word when he said he would never leave you nor forsake you. I think that's Deuteronomy 31:8. When he said he would never leave you nor forsake you, take him at his word and say, God, you say that you are my father, you're my mother, you have both natures in you. And I know that you can take care of me, and I know that you will never leave me nor forsake me. Take him at his word and know that, oh, no matter what you do, he is there. He is there just waiting and longing for you. Like, oh my gosh, the scriptures say, as the deer pants after the water, so my soul longeth after you. That's them talking to God. So imagine if I so longing after God. Imagine how much God's so longing after us. How much that Daddy sent his only son down to be that sacrificial offering just so we have access to him. We don't have to go behind no veil and do these bunch of offerings. No. All we have to do is accept him in our heart and pray, and he is right there, easily accessible, and a good father. So I just want to encourage you, just take God at his word, love him, and just passionately pursue him.